Peace, peace, and infinite love, everybody. Salute. Salute to the great family out there, the boxing family. Yo. I have so many emotions right now, so many raw thoughts, so much energy, so much thunder, so much bewilderment, so much wonder, so much potential, all at the same time, you guys. I don't know what bag of emotions to choose from. They are so various right now that I am really trying to encapsulate so that I'm able to articulate as clearly and coherently and intelligibly as I can, because of course there is still a high coming off of what we saw last night between Haney and Ryan Garcia. First of all, salute to Ryan Garcia for a tremendous victory over Haney, managing to pull off the unthinkable, managing to do what myself and millions of people the world over were not prepared for in the least bit. Congratulations to Ryan Garcia, especially congratulating Derek James on my part, because he is my favorite trainer. And I will get into it in a moment. Some points that I wanted to make, particularly regarding Derek James. But salute to the Garcia team. Brooklyn was lit last night. Unfortunately, I did not get to go to the bout. Oh my God, you guys. It was definitely something that I was pushing to do, but we had some last minute things that popped up. So I just had to sit that one out and of course watch from home. But wow, what a night of boxing, you guys. What the fuck? What the fuck did I watch, you guys? What? Yo. What a climactic, unexpected, astonishing, astounding performance that we got last night, April 20th. You guys, this sport of boxing is something the fuck else. What? This sport never ceases to leave me speechless in one capacity or another. This sport gives, this sport takes, this sport redirects, it upsets, it stirs and excites, and it is hands down, I don't care what anybody says, this is hands down the best sport in the entire world. Nothing trumps boxing for me, you guys. What? Oh my God. No other sport on earth has the ability, and I have watched and have been committed to many a sports in my day, you guys. But no other sport on earth, I would say basketball. Like I was a real basketball head back in the day. I'd say up until like the early 2000s. But you guys, no other sport on earth tears me apart and makes me whole all at once like boxing does, you guys. Last night was some epic shit. Not simply because Ryan won the fight, okay? But because we got to see front and center two young men with so much history, so much storyline, competitiveness between them, and the will to prove themselves, y'all. This is what I live for. I am not called sugar-free Mars for no reason. I live for this stuff, okay? I really enjoy the art of combat, the art of intelligence at work and at play and active front and center in warfare, in boxing, in competitive activities, or whatever it is in life, whether creatively or athletically, whatever the case is. I am very fiery about these particular expressions. Oh my goodness, we got to see these two men get up front and center in front of the world and prove themselves one way or another. I know a lot of people say that boxing is dead, that it's a sport, of the past, and that there are new sports like MMA that are stepping into the fold and are soon to take its place. But as I've said before, okay, moments like last night prove what I have been saying all along and what I will always say and continue to say. Boxing is alive and well. And with these young kings who are making their mark and claiming space, it isn't going anywhere anytime soon. The young elite of today and the ones coming up have the game in a chokehold. Okay, kids like Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Frank Martin, Tank Davis, Abdullah Mason, Kid Austin, and the like, all the names that we can name of. These young men have the sport in very, very good hands and exciting hands. So whatever the mix-up is or the matchups are, we are in for some shocks. We are in for some jolts. We are in for some mind-blowing stuff, okay, that we can anticipate in the boxing world as far as these young men are concerned. I'd also like to posit that because this is a particular sport, okay, that I love very dearly and that I am highly invested in, if you guys have not caught it by now. I will posit this, that I do not find it at all appropriate to berate a fighter because they have faced a defeat. I don't care who you are, whatever that fighter is, I show respect to the warrior heart that gets in the ring and fights for their vision, fights for their discipline, fights for all the sacrifices that they've made, fights for their families, fights for their legacies, fights for their identities in that ring. I don't play the game. I don't berate fighters just because of a defeat. You guys know, or at least you should know, that it is not so much about harping around the outcome. I'm about the best fighting the best. Okay? I'm about the elite facing the elite, the sharpening of swords among the elite. Okay? That is what I'm about. And that is what I got last night between these two young men who have a history of exchanging swords with each other. Okay? I do not condone or validate any sense of berating of any kind as far as, being because a fighter has faced a loss or something like that. I don't get down with that. Okay. If you are of the mindset and you are on this page and you are of the mindset that seeks to slander or castigate or admonish Devin Haney during this time, please find your fucking way out. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. Find your way the fuck out of this space. I don't play that. Not only because I am an avid supporter of the young king, but I don't play that. These fighters put too much on the line to be disrespected by simps who have never laced up a pair of gloves in their lives and never intend to, and who are not of the warrior mentality and spirit and mindset. I don't play with it. Okay? This is not the space for soft-ass fanboys. We stand on business over here. Sugar-free. Mars ain't nothing sweet. Okay? And by the way, it is still every bit of DHP over here. Okay? Nothing has changed whatsoever. Though I am honestly excited about the direction of the young Ryan Garcia on his path as far as where he will go and all the opportunities available to him at this particular time, coming off of this spectacular victory. I'm excited about the path that he's on, but I am no less an avid supporter for Devin Haney than I was when I woke up on Saturday morning. Hashtag the motherfucking dream team. Okay? Let's put that on the forefront. So anyway, on to the events. You guys, Ryan Garcia defeated Devin Haney and managed to do what no other person on earth has done to this man in his entire professional career, and that was to put Haney on the canvas. In addition to defeating him. Not just once, but about 3-4 times. There is no denying. Okay, I will not sit up here and just lie and try to deny that there, is some type of way that I wasn't affected in watching what it was that I saw. There is no denying that these were some of the hardest scenes I had to watch in boxing, in my boxing life. I have to keep it a stack about that. But at the same time, Devin Haney did not allow me the opportunity to convince myself that he was not a warrior. He did not give me the opportunity to do that. Did I cringe? Did I shake? Did I scream? Was I rattled? Hell motherfucking yes. But he did not for 1 second allow me the space to think that he was not a warrior. He reassured me that he was every single time he got up. He reminded me of that. And he also reminded me that he was never going to stop fighting. I don't give a fuck if he was knocked down 7 to 8 more motherfucking times. He was not going to stop fighting. That was evident, and he made it every bit clear. Okay? Was he put down? Absolutely. Did it sting? Absolutely. Nobody could have been more stung by it and astonished by it than him and his father. But he got right the fuck up and he kept going. He was never going to stop. He was never going to take a knee. He was never going to quit. Unlike some people that we know, right? Anywho, Devin got up and stood his ground. He pushed on and he weathered as best he could the storm in front of him with his entire heart on fire and on display. That was evident. I don't care what side of the fence you stand on. That was on full display with Devin Haney. Shout out to the king. I have to give credence and I have to get, I have to give this man all the respect. Okay. He came into this fight having made all of the sacrifices and demands that were required of him because he is a true sportsman and he is a true champion. Okay. This man made all of the sacrifices. He did not go halfway to the finish line. He crossed the motherfucker with every demand of him checked off his list. He didn't come up short or take no easy routes. He met the demands. Every last one of them. Okay? There is a reason why I say he is the face of boxing, and I still believe that he is. Okay? Plenty capable of toting that banner. He has never been undisciplined. He has never missed weight. He has never quit when things got tough. What is of notable mention that I must posit at this juncture, okay, that is of notable mention and attention is that none of the other so-called 4 kings can say this. None of them can say that they've never missed weight. None of them can never say that they were, bypassed, being undisciplined and as a result missing weight. All of them have missed weight, including Ryan, who just missed weight. Okay? Devin stands alone. That is something that I have to posit because I know there would be a lot of motherfucking fanboys just circulating like some vultures, looking to pick off whatever crumbs they can get. Okay? You got to keep that in mind. The respect is due by far onto Devin Haney's name, even in him facing this loss. This young man is a warrior and he is hands down a legend in the making, still, bar none. Now, Devin was gracious, and he was very clear in his interview moments after the decision victory of Ryan Garcia, where he was interviewed, and he didn't pander. There were no excuses. He didn't shy away, and he made it very clear that he would like to rematch Ryan Garcia. Now, what was interesting here to me is that, These men, as I briefed earlier, basically, they have a history, basically lifelong, you could say. Most of their lives, they've known each other, okay? They have a long history of competition since they were children. They were 3 for 3 in the amateurs, as we know. So I just find it fascinating, a fascinating addition to their journey as rivals in the sport, that they stand to even the score once again, you guys. It's like a continuation of the story. Ryan took and solidified a stunning victory. Okay, and the thought of them running it back is basically like the clock was set back, right? The clock was set back. It's like a repetition of their history. Here they go once again. It seems that they are on a fierce path of some sort in their journeys together. It's like a path where one gets bested by the other, and the other one then has to reclaim their spot in this peculiar cycle that is filled with peaks and valleys for both men, where they continuously have to prove themselves to each other. One gets a victory, one is having to catch up to that victory and prove to the other with the victory, and so forth and so on. Such an interesting dynamic between Ryan and Devin. It is interesting and riveting, to say the least. Okay, I would absolutely love to see a rematch between them. I would be on the edge of my seat, just like I am definitely in waiting for a rematch. I would be super anxious to see the outcome of this storyline, because it is one that is ever present, ever growing, ever complicated, and ever having to be readjusted, reproven time and time and time again. And it's no different now that they face each other as men in the ring. It's absolutely fascinating to me. Additionally, there is so much material, y'all, to anticipate with Devin Haney after this loss. Now, I know that the general consensus with a lot of these casuals who know nothing about the sport except highlight reels here and there, they think that this loss is somehow a closed door. They think that a defeat, I don't know, like I have made a whole video about it previously, where I spoke about this new wave of mentality happening in boxing, where these people are just surmising, for whatever reason, that a defeat just means the end of the career, the death of a career. It's absolutely preposterous, and it is seen in no other sport to this capacity. When did anybody tell fucking Michael Jordan to hang up his motherfucking gym shorts when he faced losses? When his teammates and his coach had to go home and look at go back to the lab and evaluate processes and whatnot. It just doesn't happen. But all of a sudden in boxing these days, it's just part and parcel to these people's mentality. That defeat just means you go jump off a cliff some goddamn where. It's crazy. No, there is plenty material that we can anticipate from Devin Haney after this loss. Despite the contrary belief, there is no barren land here, okay? Devin Haney just turned 25 years old. He has got so much in store for himself as a fighter, okay? This is material that he can work with, material for building his character further, for building his hunger further, for building his passion further, okay? I have no doubt that his heart is ignited in a new way after this outcome. I have no doubt. He may be feeling the sauce and the salt, a little bit now, because it was a stunning defeat, okay? And it's going to take him time to recover mentally, physically, and spiritually from this so that he can regroup. But I have no doubt that among the rubble, there are plenty of seeds that are just ripe and ready to be planted anew. I have no doubt about that. Okay? This is a wall, no doubt, that he hasn't ever had to come across before on his path as a professional. Okay? But he is no stranger to defeat, obviously, right? He was 3 for 3 in the amateurs with Ryan. This is not new. He's overcome it before with Ryan. And so he stands to overcome it again. There is no reason why he can't. He's done it before, multiple times. Every warrior is faced with this, you guys. He is no exception. He's no exception. Okay? His path is not in any way less compelling or fecund. Okay? He has a seed in his hand, a unique opportunity to grow beyond what we've seen. I have no doubt about that, you guys. This is real talk. Anyone with a puerile or adolescent approach will have everything that I just said here go above their heads. But as I said, here on the Sugar Free Mars platform, that is not my name for no reason. I stand on business, okay? And we speak with intelligibility here about the sport that we love over here. This is not for the pom-pom shakers, okay? So if you can't take it, get the fuck out of the kitchen. Now, I was highly concerned about Derek James. This is another interesting point in all of this, is that I was highly concerned about Derek James. Not sure if you guys, passed through the videos, rocked with me. Some of you have. We chopped it up in the comment section. Ciao. In the lead up to this fight, Derek James was really my main concern. Ryan was like his own, walking circus, but my concern was not for Ryan. My concern was for D. James, because he's my favorite trainer. He and Bill Haney right now are my favorite trainers, and it's so crazy that they, had to go head to head with each other, but that's what made it so epic for me as a boxing fan. It's like, oh my God, my two guys got to go at it. But you guys... Okay, y'all know that I was completely rattled by what I was seeing, as we all were, in watching the spectacle unfold for the past month and a half, 2 months in the promotion and buildup of the fight. Okay, all of my attention was definitely on Derek James because, like I said, he's my favorite trainer. I've been rocking with D. James for years, and I was not at all thrilled about the shenanigans of Ryan. Okay, I was turned the fuck off. I was motherfucking confused. Okay, it's like in no way did I like the vibe that it was contributing to the hard-earned prestige of the Derek James stable at the World Class Boxing Gym. I was not for it. Okay, the antics and the folly, they're just not things that are a part of Derek James's style or stature, as I had mentioned previously. So when the outlandish postulating began from Ryan, I wasn't aboard that ship. Okay, just as many people weren't. We were in the wings like, what the fuck is happening? Somebody drag his ass to the therapist and lock him in the basement of somebody's hospital, some goddamn where. Okay, I questioned if Derek James bit off more than he could basically withstand by accepting Ryan into his gym. Okay. I had severe questions about if he would be able to pipe Ryan down, from all of the behavior that we were seeing, all of that output. I really did question if he'd be able to calm him and bring him to some sense, bring him to some structure and some sense of value. Okay, I didn't doubt that D. James would be able to do it. I just felt that Ryan's exemplification at that time of the bizarre tirades that he would go on daily, I just felt that would just disrupt the entire operation of Ryan being guided and directed and under the leadership of Derek James. I questioned. I really did question that, and I wondered if those antics would disrupt the entire process and just make it a much longer process. However, Derek provided a game plan, you guys, that enabled Ryan to put a huge amount of pressure into that fight. Okay, there was pressure on his shots. Okay, he set up Devin with some serious counters. The amazing thing about this is that during many moments, it was Ryan who was the counter puncher last night. Right? It was Ryan who worked off the back foot well and sat on his punches and just, you feel me? They certainly went in there and did the motherfucking job. Hands down. From the first round, Ryan clearly marked his territory and claimed his prey. Okay? And guess what? Ironically, that left hook that Tank says is all he has and that Devin had stated was all he has was the very thing that set the tone of the fight. That very left hook that Devin said was overused and Ryan's only weapon, and that he was already, privy to that particular weapon. Okay. And that was what set the tone and what basically carried the fight. Then came the motherfucking knockdown, you guys. That first knockdown, you guys, that shit rattled Devin something serious. I don't think he was right after that. Okay. The other knockdowns that wound up happening were effects basically suffered from the knockdown at the onset, in my opinion. Ryan made his mark early. Okay. He was effective and he injected every ounce of venom that he could with his shots, as a warrior should. He showed the fuck up. There's no doubt about that. Okay. He wasn't too greedy. Okay. He just kept his eye on the target. Now, there were moments that he did some weird shit like the turning of the back and things like that. But for the most part, his eye was on the target and he was very effective and attentive to the job at hand that needed to be done. He brought that whipping speed that we know him for. He was focused. He was ever confident and ever precise with that left hook. Okay. And that left hook actually wasn't the only thing in the tool bag. Surprisingly, he was showcasing, distance with his jab that he kept out, the pouring jab. It was super interesting watching the dynamic. He was aggressive and he was fully committed to everything that he threw. And even though he was aggressive, he wasn't impatient, which was an interesting dynamic to see displayed with Ryan Garcia, in my opinion. This was nothing short of a fight of will. You guys, this was all heart, all tenacity, and every bit of intensity, you guys. I was on the edge of my seat. Non-motherfucking stop. What a ride that was, okay? Now, with all of that being said, to, the direction of Ryan Garcia, there are concerns that I do have, okay, though I congratulate the young Ryan on his victory and the feat that he accomplished. I cannot and will not turn a blind eye to the size advantage that was evidently at work and evidently an advantage that he had over Devin Haney. The man looked massive. He was absolutely, you could just see it. You can just see it, the difference. Ryan Garcia, this is all facts, you guys. He absolutely disrespected the agreed weight terms and went in there not obliging the weight conditions that were set forth. We cannot bypass the truth. I know that the fans may be on their victory lap for Ryan, and all the Devin Haney haters are super happy that he took his loss and stuff like that. But we have to speak reality. This is not the page for the soft ass fanboy bullshit over here, as I said in the onset of this commentary. We got to address the reality here as best we can. The man did not oblige the conditions. Devin came in according to the rules. Ryan did not. This is just what the fuck it is. Okay? You want to be in denial about that and go run around in circles? Do you? I don't play those games. I have a question based upon this analysis and understanding. Are we going to call and pressure Ryan and deem him a, quote, weight bully the way you assumed and accused Devin only months ago? Weren't we accusing Devin of being a weight bully? Huh? Weren't we all rattled up about how Devin rehydrated and how he looked and how massive he is and how he should be fighting David Benavidez and Terrence Crawford and goddamn Canelo damn near? Only months ago, wasn't this the dialogue and the tirade? Are we going to keep that same energy for Ryan? I doubt that you will, because many of you are just happy and tickled pink that Devin lost. Ryan comes in over 3 pounds overweight and clearly outweighed Devin by a substantial margin in the ring last night. And not only that, he boasted about having the weight advantage for the fight. None of you pussies will say a word. You'll just sit in your mother's basement and beat limp meat at the fact that Devin and Bill took their first loss in the ring. Okay? You guys are the same cowards that cried about Devin rehydrating too big to fight little, helpless, tiny, poor 126-pounder Tank Davis. But Ryan Garcia walked in that ring last night a super welterweight, and you will say nothing. Where is the outcry? Where is the cries of him being a weight bully? Nowhere. Because you'll just tell Devin and people who understand this for what it is to shut up and take it, quote, like a man and don't make excuses, or, you know what, here go these fans of his making excuses because they're just mad he got beat, etc., etc., etc. All the emotional fanboyism aside, you guys, the reality is the reality. You motherfuckers somewhere, wherever the fuck you are, will probably be scared to say that. I say what the fuck I see. It is what it is. That's the reality. Ryan Garcia was a weight bully in that fight, and the scales were not balanced at all. The fight played out how it played out, but I am not fooled into thinking that that weight differential did not play a prominent factor in what we saw or in the movement of what we saw. For this reason, I'd love to see a rematch between them at whatever point in time. I'm not sure if that's something that will happen right away. Of course, Ryan will be the decision maker in that process. But at some point, whether now or at whatever point in time, yes, I would definitely love to see a rematch between them because I think it would serve their storyline well, their given history that they already have. I think it will make for an even more epic rivalry between them and having to prove themselves and one having to top the other and the other having to top the other. It's absolutely rife with legendary material within it. Definitely. I think it's potentially something that the boxing world will be talking about 20 years from now, you guys. This is legendary epic stuff that we saw last night. Okay? I'm excited, truly and honestly, for both of them. This is legendary material, y'all. I don't know if you guys recognize what we are watching and what we have been a part of in this whole dynamic relationship between these two men. But this could be something like Joe Louis versus Max Schmeling, right? This is epic stuff, you guys. I'm super excited either way. I know a big question right now is, what's next for Ryan Garcia? And at this point, he is in a very positive position, to say the least. He has options. He has leeway. He has credence that he's never garnered for himself before prior to this victory. He has an assumed authority that he has never, assumed prior to this victory. He has command over his ship in a very new way, and it's going to be interesting to see which way he goes. Okay? Aside from the rematch with Devin, I would say that I would like to see Ryan fight Teofimo Lopez. I think that would be fantastic. If I didn't get the rematch with Devin next, I'd love to see the Teo fight for Ryan. For sure, hands down. That would be spectacular. I'd also like to see him against Matias. Gary Antoine Russell would be lit with Ryan Garcia. I believe I heard him mention something about Boots. Am I just tripping? I think I heard Ryan call out Boots, y'all, and say that he was, maybe move up to 54. Is that true? I don't know, y'all. I'm on standby for that one. But whatever the case is, he definitely seems down with the shits. So it's like, all right, you know what I mean? Wherever you go, I'll tune in to see what's up with that. But I think another good fight also for Ryan would be Pitbull Cruz. Ryan definitely has options. There's no doubt about it. And he's earned it last night with his performance. He solidified a major position in the boxing landscape. And I'm very interested, to say the least, you guys, in his particular journey moving forward and what that will look like for him. No one can tell me, y'all, like nobody can tell me that boxing isn't the livest sport of all time. It's just as raw as it gets, for better or for worse. These fighters are turning tables. They are upsetting and defying odds. They are creating new narratives, setting the pace, rising from the ashes, making doubters into believers, coming back from defeats. Like, what? This is epic, you guys. I really do love this sport. I really, really do. Okay, this was nothing short of a roller coaster ride for the past, I want to say, 2 months, since the fights announcement with the bizarre goddamn promotion, that they had, the back and forths, the name callings, the disrespectings of religions, the thank you Jesuses 15 times in a row at press conferences, the getting slapped up and pushed and mushed, and the trolling. Oh my goodness, y'all. I am exhausted. Am I the only one? I am tired as fuck, you guys. This was crazy. This was absolutely crazy. Okay, it's definitely proven itself to be a fight of the year candidate, no doubt about it. Congratulations again to Ryan Garcia, his team, especially Derek James, the mastermind behind the victory. Definitely rock with Derek James. Super, super, super happy for him. In lieu of the past year that he has faced, it's beautiful to see him come out with a victory. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing if he can pull off another upset yet again in June against Tank Davis with the Frank Martin bout that is coming up June 15th. That was announced yesterday. The officially, the poster was released and stuff like that. Everybody's posted it. Tank posted it, Frank posted it, Derek posted it, everybody's posting it. So it is official. The date is official. David Benavidez is also the co-main for that fight, June 15th. Will Derek James be able to pull another upset victory? Okay, we got a lot to look forward to, you guys. What? We had such a lackluster initiation into the new year. We didn't know what the fuck the PBC was doing. We basically only had the Tim Tszyu fight on the horizon to look forward to. And then Devin and Ryan got made. That was lit. And then the Tszyu Vondora fight, the Tszyu Keith Thurman fight, which was the initial fight, got changed to Vondora. And everybody thought Tszyu was going to win. Vondora wound up winning. What a roller coaster ride, you guys, so far in boxing. I am super amazed and interested in what else is going to unfold for us as boxing fans, you guys. I am on the edge of my seat. Oh, man. But yes, congratulations to Team Garcia, Derek James. This was a spectacular night of boxing last night, you guys. I cannot wait to see what's next for these two warriors, particularly. Shout out to the King, DHP. Shout out to Bill Haney. Shout out to the whole Dream Team, everybody that supports and rocks with Devin Haney. We are still here. Like I said, it's still DHP Dream Team forever and ever. I rocks with the young king. I cannot wait to see him bounce back. It's a setback. It is not the ending. You just bounce back, you recover, you heal up, rest up, and you come back stronger and you prove why you are among the elite, why you are the former undisputed champion at 135, why in your first fight at 140 you became champion. I salute the young general, and I cannot wait to see what is in store. This is why I love boxing. It can never be depended on to be what one expects. It really is the fight game, and that's what makes the fight game so electrifying, as I said, you guys. I really would just like to posit that, or at least promote as best I can, that people keep a mature mind, because I have spoken about this before, the incessant, insatiable need that people have to berate and castigate in whatever way. The likes of Devin Haney and Bill Haney, the dynamic duo, for whatever reason, people just have a hit out on their backs, and they've defied so many odds. And I know that a lot of people the world over and across, especially the internet platforms, will take the time to take the knife and stab him, just go for the jugular on this one because of this defeat. But we got to really be mature about this. And hopefully this is registering with real boxing fans. The casual fans can go die the death of a dog somewhere in the alley. But, the ones that have this infantile mindset that I spoke of in the earlier half of the commentary, I really do not support, even if Ryan lost, I would not be on here bashing Ryan Garcia. Now, I got in Ryan's ass for the antics because I just found it to be crazy. We didn't know what the fuck way he was coming. And I'm questioning why the fuck his team isn't getting him help if he is, seeming so outly. Even Eddie Hearn, who goddamn is a promoter for heaven's sakes, didn't know which way Ryan was coming. So it was really just a whirlwind that no one was quite prepared for. And if he was, projecting to be, kind of unfit, it was more of looking at him and his team like, okay, well, what is really going on here, and why aren't the precautions being taken to make sure that he's okay? Will he be fit to fight? Because if he isn't, then the credibility would be taken away from Devin Haney, and then it'll just be like, okay, well, he beat somebody who was unfit, which is something that I did not want. But had Ryan Garcia lost, I would not be on here saying, ha, 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 I told you so. Yeah, he's a motherfucker. He can't fight. He's weak. He's soft, blah, 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 blah. I don't play those games. Like I said, I'm about the best fighting the best. And whoever came up short will always have my respect, because the two warriors got together and they made a deal and they met each other in the ring as agreed. Now, Ryan Garcia did not hold up the entirety of his bargain. Okay. So he is definitely in breach of the agreement as far as the weight is concerned. Okay, and I will not let up on that with him as far as I go. People will be, bipartisan and give, a show partiality in his favor, but I do not. It's not something that that I like. And I believe I heard Eddie Hearn say that he was not a part of that negotiation portion of that contract where Devin had made the decision to go ahead and continue with the fight despite Ryan coming in so heavily overweight. He wanted to continue. He wanted to go forth with it. But Eddie Hearn had made it clear that had he had a say in it, he would have mandated that Ryan weigh in again on the fight day. But Dev's decision was Dev's decision, DHP's decision, and so they went forward with it. I know they had invested so much in it. They weren't trying to put the fight down in any way or compromise it in any way, so they just went forward with it because Devin's a warrior. He wants to put his foot forward, and it didn't work out to his advantage. But it definitely works out in the overall scheme of things. There's a potential for it to work out, at least in the overall scheme of things, with him returning for a rematch, or just him solidifying his place as a fighter in general with whoever he continues on a fight against. It's definitely something, like I said, that'll help him build character, that'll help him build strength, and reassert his dominance as an elite in the sport, which I absolutely am looking forward to see. So anyway, you guys, that was a long video, but there was a lot to cover there. There's actually much more that I can go into, but I think that suffices. Salute to all the boxing fans who bought the pay-per-view. Salute to everybody who got to make it out. Like I said, unfortunately, I couldn't make it, but we support the king, and salute definitely to Ryan Garcia and his team. I love the sport, you guys. I love boxing. This is what boxing is about. It keeps us on our toes, and it keeps us highly attuned and invested into the warriors who step into the ring. And you can't do anything but respect both men and all fighters who get up and put the work in to get the job done. So that's it for me, you guys. I'm on to the next piece.